That's just like a big piece of plastic playground equipment. Oh man, we are in the middle of a traffic jam right now.
We're causing it actually.
Oh shit.
Thousands of residents living in homes above the water, resting on stilts.
Ever since I was born, I've been living on water. We have thousands of our men that they don't go to the land side because whatever they need here is on the water.
Here you'll find one of the most unique cultures anywhere.
Whoa, this is like a floating grocery store right here.
From the food
I feel like I snorted a jalapeno.
to the local economy.
We have a group of people that base in fishing.
But each day, their way of life is being threatened.
As big as the community is, there's nothing I can point out and say this is what the government have done. The only time the government needs us is time for election, time to vote.
Welcome to the water city of Makoko. Skimming through a labyrinth of waterways on a small wooden boat, leaving the land behind, entering Nigeria's city on the water.
Hello.
Folks here get their sea legs from a young age. There's no other option. Kids, adults, they maneuver from boat to boat with ease and precision. But some of us still need time to adjust.
Please do not flip this.
Here, amidst the winding waterways and chaotic clattering of boats,
Whoa, what's this?
there's a system that makes sense.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What is that?
A way of life that only locals know.
That is a church.
It all starts on the boats. Boatmen picking up their first passengers of the day. Fishermen preparing their nets and heading out to sea. Kids coming back from church. They have those here too. And hawkers.
Whoa.
Self-contained floating food markets offering goods on the go.
This is like a mobile grocery store. Here she's got a little bit of everything. We got rice, flour, chilies, some instant food, noodles, onions, tomatoes, like everything here, all on one boat.
It's like on land we have a lot of hawkers. So this is probably like hawking because she's moving around the houses.
Oh, so she's presenting her offerings to each home.
Yeah.
Like a floating market, providing essential ingredients and snacks from morning till afternoon. On a good day, some can make up to 3,000 naira, around $7 US.
Hello. We found another snack boat, and she has more ready-to-eat foods.
Yeah.
So tons of beer, water, soda. What's this one? Did you make these?
They call it kokata.
Can I have 2 kokata? 2, please? Oh, these look awesome. It looks like sugar keeping a bunch of nuts together. That looks delicious. Thank you. Ooh, and we're back on the road.
They look like they have honey in it.
Yeah, let's try this out.
Cheers! No!
Yo, that's outstanding. Just like sweet, syrupy sugar holding together all these roasted nuts. I love it. I feel like we're in Venice. You know Venice? In Italy, they have the canals and they push people through the canal.
Oh.
It's very romantic.
Oh.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Oh boy. How many times have you been to Makoko?
I can't count.
You can't count, many times.
At first I used to come to just see the building and then I came to do my video so first and now I'm coming again. I can't count.
How do you feel when you come here?
At first, when I came here, I'm not gonna lie, I was heartbroken because I didn't even think something like this would exist. There's so much energy here, we can't really be wasting. I believe that Nigeria's greatest resource is in the people, and there's so much resource here that we are wasting. And so I want to kind of work with it to make it a little bit better. And I don't think it needs to be brought down. I think it needs to be made better.
Made better, improved.
Yeah, improved.
say it's the world's largest floating city, the Venice of Africa. Makoko was not planned, but born of human necessity. This place started as a fishing village, settled in the 19th century.
Wow, what is he making? That looks awesome. Hello, look at this.
Oh, for fishing.
Wow.
Now, it's home to more than 200,000 people. Most of the structures here rest on stilts above the Lagos Lagoon. It's a spectacle that can't be missed as you cross the nearby mainland bridge.
I've been here for just a couple hours today so far. No doubt there is struggle here. But as I look around, as I look in people's eyes, as I see the kids here, like, they're smiling. Like, look at this kid. What is he on? That's just like a big piece of plastic playground equipment.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's a boat. Like here, people are just finding a way to make it work.
As far as I can see, life in Makoko is tough. But that sentiment isn't reflected on the faces of its inhabitants. To get a better understanding of how this place works, we've been given the opportunity to meet the man of Makoko village.
First of all, before we get into the interview, this is probably the most terrifying place I've ever done an interview.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm at the edge of here. There might be some structural issues in this general area, but I think I'll be okay.
I won't push you.
Taiwo, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Have you grown up here?
Yes, I was born here on water.
Taiwo's father was named Chief after Taiwo's grandfather passed away at the age of 115. Soon, he himself will be expected to take on this responsibility.
How deep is the water here?
It's 5 feet.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, so if you fall in, you're going to be this far over. If you fall in, just stand up. Are people using this water for anything?
You know, this water here, we don't use it for anything. We have a borehole where we get our drinking water from. The only time we use the water is when it's raining season. The kids jump into the water to learn how to swim.
That's pretty important here, I think, huh? Do you know how to swim?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Since you were born, you've been here in this village growing up. How has this place changed since you were a kid?
We have a bar where we catch fun on every Sunday. We go there to dance.
Okay.
If you want to barb your hair, we have barbing salon, hairstylist. But the changes I can ever see so far is the kids going to school. Because before, we don't go to school. Living on water is part of our culture. Everybody based on fishing. When your dad is going out for fishing, you go with your dad, you learn how to fish.
Fishing is a primary means of livelihood for the Makoko community. This single industry drives the economy here, so it's an essential generational skill for nearly everyone. The women work the market, the men work the boats, cruising into the ocean, dropping their nets, and bringing back something to sell.
Have you done shooting like this before?
Not really.
Not really. What's harder, fishing or shooting?
Yeah, fishing.
Fishing's harder? Yeah, okay. Well, that seems obvious. How old were you the first time you came out here and learned how to fish?
When I was 8 or 5 years, I started going with my dad to learn how to fish. Yeah, when I got to the age of 12 years, sometimes I go with my friends. When I got married, my father had to tell me to go on my own, so that whatever money I make, it has to be me and my wife.
Ah, okay. In a good day, how much fish is a fisherman bringing in?
When it's raining season, we make much money. But right now, if you go in this time, you make like 10,000, 7,000, sometimes 5,000.
Like 20 bucks a day?
Yeah, because we have a lot of people into fishing now, lots of them. In this process, I can say the women make much money than the men. So we just have to come back with the fish. So we give the fish to them, so they take it to the market. If the price change, they know that's in the market. We don't know about it. So when we come back, we scale the basket for them 2,000. So they pay us our money 2,000. So they can go outside and sell it 10,000, 5,000. That's not a problem. So
the men work the boats and the women work the markets?
Yes, the markets.
This is like the next step of the fishing process. After you net the fish, you come here to a smokehouse.
Yes.
When I was on the second floor looking across Makoko, there's smoke coming up everywhere. Are these smokehouses everywhere?
Yeah, you know, like I said, as Makoko is a fishing village. You know, all the smoke you see coming out, these are the smoke of fish. Every house have a house where they smoke a fish.
Okay.
If you build a house, you must build a place where you smoke your fish.
Have you had this kind of fish?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Every time my mom buys this all the time, I think every single family on land buys this. And I'm just now realizing, wow, this is actually where it comes from.
Right, this is the origin. Yeah, how are you doing? You seem a little sad, like you're tearing up.
I have very sensitive eyes.
Oh, the smoke. Oh, I thought you were getting emotional about smoked fish.
I am actually getting.
What kind of fish is this?
This one, we call it banla.
Bala.
The fish are placed over coals, where they'll smoke and dry out for over 12 hours. From here, these fish are distributed throughout the city and surrounding area, except for sometimes when they're eaten here first.
Preparation for dinner is underway right now. We're cooking up food. I should say she's cooking up food for about 10, 15 people.
This is Lydia, Taiwo's wife and also today's chef. I'm lucky enough to be invited to join a meal with 3 very local, very common dishes in this area.
On the side here, this is the smoked fish we saw earlier, and I think I'm going to try it out. Can I eat this? I can eat it? Thank you. Look at that. It's like a fish eating its own tail. All right, I'm going to break it, pull its foot out of its mouth. The flesh comes off the bone pretty easy. It's not super dry. It's not like a jerky. It's just still soft inside. Did you want some? Oh, you do? Awesome. Cheers. It's soft. It's not a super strong taste. A bit smoky, which is to be expected. It almost like mock crab legs. You guys know that. Oh, you guys ate real crab legs? I didn't know anything about that growing up. It's a little sweet, a little smoky. That's good. And plentiful. I mean, this is getting eaten all the time in this village. How do you say yummy? Odu. Odu. It's sweet. Yeah. I thought it was yummy, but it's sweet too.
Cooking is underway. The 3 dishes use panla fish as their main protein. What makes each dish stand out is the sauce. First up, onut chonu, white onion, salsa, a mixture of tomatoes, red chilies, and red onions. Salt to taste, then add the fish. Next up, owe flu flu. Palm oil is added to a hot pot. More onions, more salsa, then crayfish seasoning, salt, and finally a generous portion of dried fish. Finally, kali dodo, a thick stew with the same familiar ingredients.
Look at that.
But this time, she adds even more onion, water, dried fish, and cassava flakes, mixed and boiled until it becomes thick.
How many people are living here?
We have more than 200,000 people, but the children are more than the adults.
Oh, there's more children than adults.
Yeah. In this Makoko, we don't have support from the government. The only time they need us, time for election, time to vote.
Right.
He made a lot of promises. When he got to the power, nothing has been done.
Hygiene, pollution, poverty. This is just the beginning of the problems here at Makoko.
What all the government needs from all this to take us away from here, because they said Makoko is the center of Lagos, and most of the rich people want to stay here. That if any visitor comes to Nigeria, you must surely want to visit Lagos. So once they drive to that Tomolan bridge, they see Makoko as an eyesore. That's why the government is fighting to take the community away from us.
The government and this village are at an ongoing standoff. A lack of understanding between the two sides has long led to tense conflicts, uncertainty, and further suffering. There's no doubt this is a special place, uniquely full of energy. It has its own color and culture, built by a resourceful, perseverant community. These tough conditions have produced tough people. But still, all people need opportunity to thrive.
Let us spoon go down. Yeah. Okay, yes.
Yeah, take it from the bottom. It smells fantastic.
Say Eshema.
Eshema.
That means thank you.
Oh, thank you, Eshema. Yo, hold on. There's some food under the table. What is it?
But we call it kana.
Kana. Oh, it's like maize.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is gonna be like my fork, my spoon, my knife is right here.
Yeah.
Right? So I can just grab a piece like that, scoop up some fish, scoop up some oil. Whoa. Oh man, that is spicy though. That's delicious, but that is spicy.
Oh, I like spicy.
I like spicy too, but man, I feel like I snorted a jalapeno. You like this one?
This fish is so good.
It's so intense, but it's got like smoky, meaty fish and then a ton of spice to it. Is that your second bag? Ah, that's the shit right there. Okay. Do you know everyone in this village?
Everybody.
So every time you're going down the street here on your boat, it's all people you know, friends, family.
You see, when I'm going, people start calling me Taiwo.
How often do you have everybody like this?
That's when we have a party.
Oh, it's a party now. I'm here. I like people here are powerful, but that's just a Sunday afternoon for you.
Yeah.
No big deal. I didn't try this one because this one is also fish, also tomato, but then they've got some cassava flakes to thicken it up. Bro, that's delicious. This is no joke. I thought I loved this one, but I love this one more.
Really?
I'm cheating on this one with this one. So I was talking to her earlier and I said just being here for a short time, it's maybe half a day now, I'm so impressed because obviously there's struggle here, but you wouldn't know it from the way everyone's acting. You know, everyone's upbeat, loud, happy, smiling, dancing, singing. It's just very impressive to me. What do you think is the future for Makoko?
Yeah, I think the future for Makoko now is, let me say, education. That will be the best. I think once they start going to school, they start learning other trades from outside. They start learning other work to do. Some of them can get work outside and live fishing.
But do you think kids are getting educated but staying here, or is the goal to get educated so they can move out and do something else?
Once they get education, or if they are educated, none of them want to stay here. They want to get a better place to live than here.
And that's okay with you?
It's okay.
The people watching this video, is there anything they can do to help?
I think the first thing is they should support the community with a boat that we can use in cleaning up the community. We need to get people working, just like before we do it every month. But there are big canals outside. When it's raining, they open them, so they flush into our community. So we've written a letter to them, they should stop doing that. That's why the whole community is dirty.
The oily, murky water and trash didn't come from these residents. It's the result of city water drainage pouring directly into this neighborhood.
Barack Obama, the president, they said the money was sent to Makoko to develop the whole community. We said we didn't see it. So when they got to the council, they said they don't know about the money. So right now, strangers come that want to help the community. What we do is that we tell them to come directly, not to go through the government.
Right.
Because once they go through them, they will tell them to submit the money. Once they give them the money,
it disappears.
Yeah. Nothing will be done.
Goddamn.
Like many issues in Lagos or around the world, the solution seems simple until you dig a little deeper and discover a web of complexity that'll likely leave you feeling helpless. But change starts with hope, and it's fueled by action.
This is probably the coolest, most remote, unusual bar I've ever been to in my life.
I like the vibe in here.
Right, it's a good vibe. So last time you were here, you were actually contributing by doing some art.
And I painted that tiny little squares.
That's a nice contribution.
Yeah.
What kind of deeper look did you get today that you missed when you were here last time?
A lot of things that I didn't fully understand until now. Obviously, I know now where the dirt is coming from. It's not their waste, but it's the waste that's coming in from this.
Right. It's other people's waste.
Yes.
Is there something you personally want to do?
Oh, ever since I've come here, my plan is to clear up the city. I don't want people to come here and tell them to move because it's not as clean. I want people to come here and see Makoko as a part of the good things that our country has. It might take time, but I hope that I have the patience and the consistency to keep going as I have since I found it until now.
I think it's definitely an enormous task, but absolutely it's a place worth putting resources into. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
From researching and shooting to editing and mastering, our 10-person best ever food review show team works hard to roll out the highest quality travel food entertainment twice a week. If you like what we do here, please consider supporting our Patreon. Patreon allows fans of the show to contribute a monthly sum and receive a load of extras like early video releases, private Q&As, and beyond.
To learn more about our Patreon, check out the link in the description box down below. And if you can't give or don't even feel like it, that's okay too. We're just happy you're here. Thank you to Nikashi for joining me for this epic journey here in Lagos in Nigeria. You can follow her on her Instagram, as you see here on the screen, and her many adventures this year and beyond. That is it for this one, guys. We will see you next time. Peace. All right, this is the first time a co-host has been taller than me. Freaking me out.
Don't worry, the young shall grow.
The young shall grow.
Hi, I'm Sunny. I have a travel show. You're watching it right now.
Oh, Lord.
The show's been crushing it lately. Over 2 million subs in the last year.
Oh, it bit the spoon.
Only problem is, now I can't travel. In the age of the corona pandemic, at a time when my home country has over 3 million people infected,
America's burning down. Great.
Vietnam hasn't had any cases in months, which is lucky for me.
What are they in?
Because Vietnam is where I live.
If you're in already, you can stay in.
I can leave Vietnam if I want to, but if I leave, I can't come back.
If you're not Vietnamese, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So really, I can't leave Vietnam.
For better or worse, I'm stuck here.
But since life here has mostly gotten back to normal,
Breaking away.
I can travel pretty much anywhere within the country. And that's exactly what I'm planning to do.
Oh, the ultimate in relaxation, my man.
Oh, man.
This is Andrew, my best friend in Vietnam.
I need help. This is my first time doing this.
The dude who convinced me to move here.
Bro, you gotta move up here.
He's lived in Vietnam for 6 years. He even speaks some pretty decent Vietnamese.
Is that a fishing boat?
Katrina, yeah, there's some in that boat.
Is Andrew covering me with this big arm?
Sorry.
Together, we're embarking on an epic 2-week journey through the most remote areas of central Vietnam. But there's a catch.
This bike is only 1 speed. I gotta talk to producer Me. Something's a little bit off here.
This is my producer. She's evil.
I've had a bit of a history with producing me.
I don't trust her.
And for some reason, I've given complete control of this trip to her.
If you fail any missions, you don't get to sleep in a hotel. How can she enforce that? Oh, this is some bullshit.
Every place we go,
Is this?
everything we do, everything we eat will be decided by her.
Oh, no.
And I'm just along for the ride.
Behind both of us are the biggest birdhouses I've ever seen. How do you eat a bird's nest? Are people eating wood?
Saliva of the bird.
So when we do this,
What do you call these in your country, Andrew?
Man, get the...
or this,
All this is going to be cooked and eaten.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
and definitely this,
My wrist. Ah, my wrist. I am mad. Well, we are about to eat them.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming.
Where am I now?
Yeah, this is surreal, man. We're in a effing volcano.
2 weeks, Two bikes cruising through central Vietnam in search of the country's most unique food experiences. This is gonna be good. I hope. Honestly, I don't know yet. Let's find out.
And that is Mi Wang. That looks pretty good.
Da Nang is a coastal city and the 5th largest in Vietnam with over 1 million residents. It's also the starting place of our central Vietnam journey.
Mi Wang, super famous central region dish.
Right.
Means noodles.
Right.
And then what about Wang?
I've got no idea.
Somebody who's less mature might think it's a funny name. They kind of deconstructed it. They put it all apart. And usually it would be all put together in a bowl with what, beef?
Yeah, beef, chicken, eggs, all kinds of stuff. I've eaten endless amounts of Mi Wang and I've never had anything like this.
Yeah, this is with a frog.
Mi Wang, a flat, wide rice noodle. Here, this restaurant is serving these noodles with frog meat.
Oh no, how many frogs just came out?
The frog is marinated in turmeric, ginger, purple onion, and 5-spice powder. Stir-fried in a giant wok and served in a ceramic pot along with pork, chicken, mackerel, and shrimpies.
I'm gonna try this fish. It tastes like pickled almost. Grab some of these noodles. That's nice.
That's good. This is one of the quintessential Vietnamese dishes. It's generous portions, it's very meaty.
I'm gonna take a bite of frog cap. It's savory, but there's something sour in there too. That's affected all the meat the same. So you're getting kind of different textures, but the same flavor. Meanwhile, you have these like super soft noodles. That's a nice hefty meal. Okay, as you know, we're going on a trip. Here's how it's gonna work.
Our best ever Central Vietnam journey has begun. Throughout our trip, producer Mi will provide us with coordinates and missions, showing us where to go, what to do, and who to meet.
I don't trust her. I don't know what it is. I think one time I made her go on a boat in Japan. It was a very bad experience.
I regret that I
I think she's just always trying to get payback for that.
This is making me more nervous.
Yeah, you should be. So basically, whatever she says is what we're doing. She's just handing me a card.
In my hands now, the first hints of what's to come.
Oh, that is terrible handwriting. Gentlemen, congratulations on the start of your Central Vietnam adventure. But this is just the start. As you know, this is a bike trip. To survive this journey, you must keep an open mind. And if you don't, if you fail any missions, you don't get to sleep in a hotel.
Oh man, I've got to admit, I kind of thought this was just going to be like what we usually do.
What do you think is going to be the hardest part of this trip?
2 weeks filming through central Vietnam, hot weather, minority accents. Vietnamese is hard enough.
Well, listen, I know that we got bikes. Let's ride.
Let's
You ready?
do this.
Let's do that. We're
right.
biker guys now. I didn't think it was this kind of a bike trip.
Da Nang, the city of bridges. Beautiful, charming. Cycling is a much enjoyed activity here,
Are we almost at the next location? This sucks.
but not so much for two guys wearing giant crash helmets.
Bro, it's going to be a long ass wait in that train.
I gotta talk to producer Mi. Something's a little bit off here. I thought we were gonna take it like motorcycles with big engines, the kind that make girls instantly fall in love with you, or guys, whichever. It's fine. Watch out! Yeah, watch out for the car. There's a bike.
Pull your shoulders up, ride with confidence.
These cars are very big, and even these small scooters are bigger than these bikes.
Producer Mi's coordinates have brought us here, a restaurant with 60 years of experience serving another Central Vietnamese classic. On sale, a crispy, sizzling pancake made of rice and turmeric batter, topped with shrimp and mung beans. Served with rice paper, fresh herbs, and the country's favorite condiment, fish sauce.
Bro, I can do this. I was expecting scary foods. You were just warning me. This is Ban Sao. I love Ban Sao. The bikes were a bit of a letdown, but the food, pretty chill.
In Saigon,
Yes.
Ban Sao, huge,
Right.
size of your head.
Yes.
But when you come to the central region, what happens, Andrew?
Right, but when it comes to eggy, turmeric-y, cakey things with prawns inside, I think smaller is better, more crispy.
Exactly, because of the crunch. Step one, take one of these, load it into the rice paper. I usually do a couple herbs. Oh, even more herbs, jeepers. She is overestimating how many vegetables I eat in a day. Get a nice tight roll on it. I'm gonna go with the delicious peanut sauce here.
Oh, that is good, that is crunchy.
Oh, it's so spicy too. The textures are incredible. You kind of tear through the rice paper and then the crunch comes after that.
Right.
right, I'm gonna eat one more.
Me too, because it was good. Oh, and we didn't do the nukmam.
What is nukmam?
Nukmam is fish sauce.
Do you know how they make fish sauce?
I assume fermented fish.
Yeah, but do they just squeeze it until sauce comes
I think
out?
it just sits in a barrel for a long ass time.
Really? Like
Yeah.
kimchi?
I think so. Dude, that is genuinely excellent. There's a sweetness.
Accurate. I mean, it's super salty, then a bit saccharine sweet. Well, I'm not sure why we came here. I don't see any. There's another card.
It's quite frequent.
Why don't you just talk to me?
I hope you guys are enjoying the city, because now we're gonna leave and never come back. Below are the coordinates of a village where fish reach their full potential and where Vietnamese make their own form of sushi.
Oh, it's in a village, though. Do you think they have nice sushi restaurants in the village?
Unlikely.
You know what? I don't think there'll be any unexpected twists or turns. I think we're good.
If you hate cities, somehow you'll still like this place. Over 1 million people, but with a small town feel. One of the most developed, livable cities in the country.
Okay, this is more like it. We've got beach on the right, buildings on the left.
No kidding, man. I love Da Nang. This has got to be one of the most livable cities in Vietnam. This is zero traffic for Vietnam as well.
What makes the city livable to you?
This is modern city for Vietnam. It's newly developed. It's really picturesque, good food. You got to move up here. This is a sick city.
It is sick, but apparently, according to my producer, we're never coming back. Next stop, Namo Village. Where are we?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know either.
At first glance, this appears to be a fishing village, but I don't see any fish. Perhaps this nice elderly woman can give us some answers.
Can you ask her the name of this beach, maybe?
Coi, bến này đến gì? This is the Namo Beach.
Are you making this up?
No.
Okay, this is great. We are looking for fish, I guess.
Tụi em đang tìm cá. Có cá ở đây không? Có. Yeah, there's some in that boat.
There's someone over here.
Right.
Xin chào, fishermen. Yes.
Hello.
From here, I can see they've got some baskets of sardines. They're bringing it in.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
This is Nam O Village. It's been here a long time, centuries at least. Perfectly situated on the coast, meaning most of the folks living here, in one way or another, are in the fish business.
I did not bring my beach outfit.
Okay, that's the last one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 containers of sardines here. Xin chào anh.
Xin chào.
Oh, I like that. He does the traditional sweat rub, handshake. You've been out fishing. How long did it take you to get all these fish?
Chiều ngày hôm qua em trời.
Yesterday and today.
Đi 2
Wow.
người.
2 people.
Oh, we got a guy over here. Xin chào. So all the fish here, what are you going to do with these fish?
Đá này về sẽ làm nước mắm.
That's what they do here in Nemo. They make fish sauce.
I get it. This is where the fish reach their full potential.
I see.
Turns out, this is one of the rare traditional fish sauce making villages that exists throughout the entire country of Vietnam. Mr. Wang's family was one of the first producing fish sauce in this village, a legacy that goes back over 200 years.
How do you juice a fish, Andrew?
I don't think it's what you think.
Oh shoot, we got another card coming. Why does she seem so unhappy when she gives me the cards? Last one for today. It says, 2 halves make a whole. The more you split in half, the further you will go. This can't be how they do it. F. Andrew. The next time we split up, he's getting the crappiest job.
I don't know what Sonny's job was like, but I can't imagine it was much worse than this. I mean...
I think it's clear what she means. We're gonna help process all this fish sauce. One person has to carry all this, and one person has to go into the factory, which is probably has shade and a fan.
Oh, I'll do that bit. In the shade?
You're probably gonna have to juice these fish. So I don't know if you made the right choice there, Andrew. I hope he has to dig holes for dead bodies. There's like 50 pounds of fish. Okay, that's 2. There's 6 more down there. Meanwhile, Andrew is in the factory having a great time.
I'm here with Anwang.
They probably have a fountain machine in there.
And so this is the very beginning of the fish sauce making process.
The process is simple, but cannot be completed without one crucial ingredient.
Oh my God, that was flipping heavy.
The fish.
There's gotta be a better way of doing this. Maybe, hello. Okay. Oh, it's way easier. All right.
Okay, now we're gonna put 5 bowls of fish into this mixing bowl. Oh, okay, more.
Hai.
Hi. More. Man, they're very precise.
You just have to take little micro steps. Oh, yeah. I mean, who needs to pay for a gym membership, right?
Now salt. Banu.
Hi.
So just 2 bowls of salt in with those fish. Ooh, very big bowls.
There you go.
Okay, so we're mixing the fish in with salt here. It's really pretty coarse salt, actually.
Man, that is still not light. That's at least 100 pounds. Oh my God, hers are way heavier than mine. All right, I'm coming for you, Granny.
It's pretty surreal feeling.
There we go, Granny.
Okay, and now we're gonna carry it over to the fermenting vessel. Man, this is tiring work. I don't know what Sonny's job was like. Damn.
I heard they used to have a horse to do this job, but maybe it died?
Each pot contains 400 to 600 pounds of fish, which will eventually become a metric F-load of sauce.
We're gonna continue this and fill this giant vessel and just let the fish ferment here in the salt.
It sits there for an entire year.
Oh, we're in a hill now. Yes.
Starting as this semi-solid fish mush.
Oh, beer. Oh no.
Then with the help of bacteria, it breaks down into a purely liquid state.
Here we have the nukmam that's been fermenting for about 1 year. Anh Hoàng, mình có thử cái này không?
Chưa thử được, lấy nhị cái đã.
It needs to go through one more process.
When the time comes, it's filtered to keep the fish essence, but remove the fish souls.
Jeepers. Look at this. That was brutal. Good thing I drank a Gatorade. This video is brought to you by Gatorade. Not really. Hey, Andrew.
It's the sunny side.
Turns out we're not just doing a restaurant tour.
It was way more intense. How was that for you?
It's fine. It's pretty easy. What about you? How was it here?
That was brutal stuff. I can't even smell fish anymore. My whole body is covered in it. Yeah, it's pretty gross, I'm telling you.
Oh man, I thought the whole time that what I did was really hard and what you did was pretty easy.
Oh man, that looks simple.
Let's talk about this. The fish sauce. Woo-hoo! That is stinky.
Yeah, I can't even smell it anymore.
Yeah.
Actually really looking forward to trying what this is. I can't imagine that it's not just because you've seen it come from that sort of chocolate-colored liquid, literally go through a cheesecloth and it comes out clear. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, it looks like a whiskey.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right, should we try it out? Mo, hi, ba,
Yo.
yo.
Oh, wow. It's intensely salty.
It is so salty. Is this finished? Is this the final form? Do people add water to it or cut it?
Huh? Nothing, man. That's it.
It has this like next level savory, like people
Right.
in Japan always call it umami.
Right, this is raw umami, man. There's no sweetness there that I'm used to.
Our reward for helping with the fish sauce, raw herring salad. That's right, raw fish, a type of Vietnamese sashimi, you could say.
There's many ways to cook food. The most common way is heat.
Correct.
But you could also use citrus. Why do you put the lime on the fish?
Tái chanh cho có cái độ vừa chín,
So he said like the lime is able to cook it
nó tạo cái vị ngon hơn.
and it makes it good.
Well, I think we should start eating. I see so many things here.
The fish are prepared 2 ways. First, the dry version. Lime juice, a mixture of strong spices like ginger, lemongrass, garlic, and chilies, mixed well until the fish absorbs all the seasonings. Squeeze the liquid out, then coat the fish bits with stir-fried rice powder.
I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what we had already, banse. We've got greens, cucumber, right here, the rice paper, and what?
Like many Vietnamese dishes, they start the same way. A lot of herbs.
Right. He loads it up with fish too. Oh, for me, I can do it. I can do it. Nice. Then you just douse it with sauce, I believe. That's so good.
That's amazing, man. I think the thing I'm most surprised about is how just soft and delicate the fish is.
The aromatics are pulling you in different directions.
Right.
Fresh blend of herbs. This sauce is fantastic. I hardly even remember that I'm actually eating raw fish. Okay? Long.
Oh.
Next, the wet version. It's like a soup.
Is that all chili seeds in
Right,
there?
there's a ton of chili in there. Right.
Oh no.
Sugar water, fish sauce, a mixture of strong spices and peanut butter.
Put some of these raw fish on top of the herbs. Put a little bit of the sauce in there too.
Right.
Throw in some fish, add more spices, and dig in.
Not fishy at all.
The fish is so soft. I'm feeling the heat a little bit.
That's true, yeah.
Otherwise, savory, not over salty though.
Especially considering it has so much nukmam in it as well.
Yeah, right. Tum what? Did you grow up making fish sauce, or how did you learn to make fish sauce?
Hồi 7 tuổi đã làm rồi. Nấu nghiệp gia đình 4 đời. Còn một số chum của đời thứ nhất á, là mắm để lại chum to. 200 năm.
200 years, yeah.
Life on the water is hard, but these folks make it seem easy. Chiseled, hardened, but always wearing a smile.
Fish sauce. It's like the sauce of Vietnam, a very sauce-liking country.
Right.
And now we know the origins. Fantastic.
This is our first taste of Central Vietnamese food and hospitality.
Cảm ơn rất nhiều.
So far, so good. Now we're heading from the Central region's largest metropolis, Da Nang, down the coast to the paradise city of Hoi An.
Morning, Hoi An.
There it is, the hometown.
Centuries ago, Hoi An was a prize trading port.
The major trade port was moved by the French to Da Nang as opposed to Hoi An, leaving Hoi An in a remarkably unique condition.
These days, the ancient city on the river has been preserved, and the mix of historical beauty and natural wonder has been a magnet for tourism. That was until Corona.
Is this something you ever thought could have happened?
Of course, I'm sure you never talk about this too either.
Now, this quaint village turned tourism behemoth is underwater.
I own several restaurants in Hoi An, but now it's completely closed. No sound, so quiet and so dark. I'm scared.
Andrew and I are on a mission to learn about this city's uncertain road to recovery. Touring the restaurants that were hit hardest.
They're suffering a lot.
And the surprising entrepreneurs who haven't felt the pinch.
Not ready for the restaurant yet, so the pandemic don't affect much on it.
Pandemic proof. Right. Check it out. We have a beautiful breakfast in front of us. We've got pork on a stick, greens, cucumber. Not a huge fan. Some kind of a peanut sauce. And then what is going on here?
A fresh rice paper, one that hasn't been dried out yet. Ban ớt.
Man ớt.
Breakfast today starts here. A straightforward Vietnamese dish, grilled pork, fresh local herbs, and 2 types of rice paper, dry and steamed. They give you the elements. Construction is up to you.
Throw a little bit of herbage. And
then we wrap this bad boy up.
These are awesome.
Yeah.
Peanut sauce with some chili jam.
Oh God, my meat fell out.
Oh God, my meat just fell out. That's delicious.
That's good, bro.
That meat has so much lemongrass.
Yep.
All the seasoning from the meat really comes through. Sauce is very spicy, awesome texture on the wrap. Chewy, but 2 different types of chewy. Tough chewy and soft chewy. You know, the herbs just add some freshness to it. I say that every time I eat herbs, because I don't know what else to say. It's just all autopilot at this point. I'll wait for you.
Okay.
Nah, I won't. I grew up eating Seven cereal. Compared to something like this is so good.
Right. Why isn't this more popular? This is a great Vietnamese food.
Yeah, I don't know. And you can't find it everywhere. You can find it like basically here.
Yeah.
That's about it. How long have you been in Hoi An now?
3 years in Hoi An.
You're one of the reasons I moved to Vietnam, actually. One of the main reasons. So we became friends in Saigon, and then you moved away to here.
Right.
Why'd you move here?
I mean, why not? Just the visuals here, it's kind of a stunning town. All of central Vietnam has gorgeous beaches, so that's no exception here. And you want to see that UNESCO World Heritage Site is usually the big draw. Da Nang is just down the road, means that you don't even miss out on any of the big city life. You can get great food here, not just Vietnamese, from all around the world if you're getting sick of the Vietnamese stuff, I guess. But the countryside aspect kicks in. You have these just gorgeous rice fields, really, really nice.
Get all the benefits of being a little bit isolated in the countryside, but then still all the convenience of the types of places tourists would go to and the big city nearby. Uh-oh, looks like we have another card coming.
Oh, man.
Another card has been delivered by our producer. This will inform some information about what's going to happen today. It says, congratulations, you survived your first city. Now you're in a city I hope will survive, period. Hoi An is one of the most beloved tourist cities of Vietnam, but in Vietnam, tourism has come to a stop, down 98% from last year. Today, you'll experience the new Hoi An and learn about the Hoi An of the future. So, Andrew, this is Old Town.
Right, this is the famous Hoi An UNESCO Old Town.
Last time I was here, this place was packed, and right now, the streets are just completely empty.
Right.
Around the world, the corona pandemic has devastated the tourism industry. In some ways, Vietnam was lucky because this country only had a 1-month lockdown. Now, at least domestically, things are kind of back to normal.
The other thing is, all these businesses can open up legally. A handful of these places are counting on domestic tourism, but obviously at least 70-80% aren't even counting on that.
This is a tourist town and it survives almost entirely off international tourism. Look, none of those guys are here now. It's actually the only reason we're allowed to ride motorbikes through the town right now.
Usually this is shut off to any vehicle going through here. Right now, we can ride these big-ass motorcycles through here, no problem. There's nobody here.
It's kind of cool for us, but I'm sure the locals here would much rather have the tourists back.
A handful of locals or foreigners who are stuck here like me. Traveling through these now quiet streets is a rare opportunity for travel enthusiasts. But how much longer can this city hold on?
Boom, we got banh mi here, and it looks like we have a couple more on the way. And it looks like we have a couple more banh mi on the way. Oh! So here we have it. What kind of banh mi is this?
Oval-shaped bread, liver pate, cha su sauce, veggies, cha lua, jampan, cha su meat, grilled meat, shumai sauce, chilies, and finally, an egg. This is the infamous Central Vietnamese banh mi, a unique creation from Hoi An made by Madame Phuong.
That's fantastic.
This is good banh mi, right? It's a really good banh mi.
Great combination of ingredients, a nice balance, very fresh, and then just crispy banh mi bread.
I've eaten about 1 million of these things, but they never really get old. The bread is always very fresh. It comes from a bakery right next door. And no matter how much filling, the bread never gets soggy for some reason. I don't know how they manage that, but it's kind of magic.
Right, it's delicious. When did you start making banh mis? So just like 10 years ago? No. When you started, what was it like?
This place was a landmark before the days of Hoi An tourism and long before this guy pulled up a seat here. While nearly every tourist-fueled shop is closed, this place is going strong, making food that's cheap and delicious, by local standards or any other.
So they understand that this is a very difficult time and they're suffering a lot. But there's still hope. She still have to make banh mi to donate to the people that have to quarantine. Still very busy.
It's been 3 months since the last case of corona in Vietnam. Strong, community-minded folks like Madame Phuong are part of the reason why Vietnam dodged the pandemic so swiftly. But some restaurateurs are still adjusting to the new normal.
Can I tell you, under this band, it's just white skin and sunburn all around it.
I'm not surprised.
This is my good friend Andrew.
Hey?
Hi.
Actually, he lives in Hoi An.
Oh, okay. Did we met before?
No, I've never met. We've never met.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Meet Miss V, a food icon, restaurant pioneer, book author, and mother. She doesn't feel the pulse of food in Hoi An. She is the pulse. She owns 7 restaurants, but right now, all 7 are closed. So today we're crashing her home kitchen, where she's making spring rolls. Made with grilled pork, herbs, and pickled veggies, wrapped in rice paper.
We go across the land, be it sun or snow. We're the newest recommend in the USO.
Grab one of these, Andrew.
Thank you.
Dipping sauce.
Oh, wow.
I love the texture.
That's perfect. For me, I don't like it when it has a ton of vermicelli because you can make it just as good and super healthy just with a lot of vegetables.
Yeah, very low calorie, you can tell.
Yeah, that's a great spring roll.
Good dish for drink.
9 years ago, she published a cookbook that sold over 35,000 copies. She opened the first cooking class for foreigners in Vietnam. She appeared on CNN, and for some reason, she's agreed to be on my show, where she's revealing her secrets of success.
The secret, hard work and love what you do. Today I'm gonna make clam soup using lemongrass. I got some ginger and green chili. This clam soup is very simple.
Her cooking journey started at the age of 10, when her parents opened a restaurant.
I have to wake up at 5. I hate the most.
4 years later, she was promoted to cook.
But look back, if I don't start with that age, I don't think I will have my career today.
By age 22, she made her own path by opening one of the first restaurants catering, especially to English-speaking tourists. That was 30 years ago.
The biggest challenging for me in that day is no money to shop. Luckily, I grew up in the market. I know most of the people run the market, so I can shop with their money, so I can pay them at the end of the day. Can I have it and can I pay you later? Every day you're gonna say the same thing. Some day you feel like, oh man, a bit too much, but you know, you have no choice. That's it. Try the clam, dip in the broth, and then the green chili sauce, okay?
Oh, that is great, man. There's a lot of flavor in there.
The texture is so different because you just cooked it the right amount of time. This gets overcooked everywhere.
It's gonna be chewy, yeah?
Super chewy.
You know what I also love about this is that central Vietnam has such good beaches, right? And to have the fresh clams, it's just so representative, especially with the Hoi An herbs. Yeah.
I'm curious, you grew up in Hoi An.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's changed a lot. I'm curious how it's changed from the time that you were a child until now.
So you know, for Hoi An, before tourists, like a hidden town. One of the archaeology, he found the Hoi An and then put into the UNESCO and then we become the place to be. I remember my grandmom sitting in front of her house, everyone passing her and say hello. She know exactly where they live, how many people in their family and how many generations in the house. But up to now, demographic change, the character of the Hoi An changed a bit because we have to talk with a stranger more than we talk with someone you know well. It's all about.
Over here, we haven't even revealed this yet.
This is a dish my mom cooked. He made this decision to marry my mom because of fish.
Because of this. I decided to marry my girlfriend when I saw how good she is at ordering food.
The ordering, not cooking food. My next dish is grilled tuna fish in banana leaf. This is our family signature dish.
Most of her ingredients are sourced locally from nearby villages. Some items are only found here.
Rock sugar, raw sugar too. I like to add a bit of Hoi An chili paste.
She uses exclusively traditional Vietnamese spices to flavor her menus.
And a bit of chili to make a bit more color. Now, I need banana leaf.
Over the years, Miss V has opened 7 restaurants, all in Hoi An, managing over 500 kitchen and restaurant staff. An incredible undertaking that can be pulled off by few.
We do.
But when it comes to maintaining quality and consistency, Miss V still has her ways.
Invest into the people. This is the key part. When you have a right leader, the rest is easy.
Then the train goes choo-choo.
Oh, yeah.
The engine goes woo.
Oh, you got a little right here on your lip.
I love to dip the food around my mouth.
For later, yeah, for a snack.
Yeah, it's a powerful flavor actually, right? Like very delicate textures, the fish breaks apart, the vermicelli noodle is really light, but the flavor is quite strong.
Yeah, I love that. Would you say this is a tourist city?
Of course.
And now, no more tourism. Is this something you ever thought could have happened?
Of course. I'm sure you never talk about this too either.
No.
Most of the restaurants is for tourists. The domestic market is very small for us.
I mean, should those restaurants try to adjust or just try to wait?
For our case, we're going to modify a little bit to adapt into a new category of the demographic.
Do you see any positives in this temporary slowdown in tourism here?
You know, the day we closed the restaurant, I meted all of my staff and said, listen, something come up you don't know. We all adjust what's happening. So take a time to be with your loved one and your family. Reconnect with the nature. Reconnect with the old day of Hoi An. Don't take it too negative to think about the break time.
Lila, I sing this song for you. You're beautiful, even when you're down. You know this, and never talk yourself out of it. Lila.
According to the coordinates on this card given to us by the always cheery producer me, we're on our way out of Hoi An to visit our final destination in Wangnam.
This is where we're supposed to go.
Really? Are you sure this is the right place?
The exact coordinates.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh. Another card. In Hoi An, food vendors who cater to foreign taste buds are suffering. But those who cater to the local palate have become pandemic-proof. Oh, I like that.
Interesting.
Cannot be pandemicked. That's the case here at this bamboo rat farm.
Bamboo rat? What the fuck?
Which part is throwing you off? The bamboo?
What the hell is a bamboo rat?
I've never heard of a bamboo rat.
Is it just a normal rat that eats bamboo?
It doesn't sound small.
There's no way that exists.
Okay, so somewhere very nearby here, we need to find a farm with bamboo rat.
All right.
Can I clap? Thank you so much for having us here. I've been to the Mekong Delta. In the Mekong Delta, they just had rice field rats, and I ate it, and it was pretty good. They're huge.
These are super rats, adorable on the outside, weighing up to 4.5 pounds, costing up to $25 each.
So it meant fruit, ear, the bamboo, and the sugar cane.
They can't jump out of these boxes?
You cannot jump over.
They can't, oh no, what a curse. Their cage is just a 2-foot wall and they just look up like...
Man, I wish I had back leg muscles.
How'd you get into this kind of business?
He found information in the internet, and then okay, it's got me into it because at first it looked cute. Yes.
Does anyone buy them for pets?
Not yet. It's wildlife bamboo rat, but now the government they don't allow to do it, so they bring it home.
They don't allow people to do what, hunt?
Yeah, right.
When's the last time you ate rat?
Common rat or this rat?
This one.
Ít lắm. Because it's expensive, so don't fit to eat, fit to sell.
Right, I had that problem in college with drugs.
Oh.
The bamboo rat will be prepared 3 ways, but first it's boiled in lemongrass and coconut water.
You know, recently there's been a pandemic. Has your business been affected by the lockdown, anything like that?
This in the breeding season, it's not ready for the restaurant yet, so the pandemic don't affect much on him.
Pandemic proof.
I used to know.
Half of it is hacked into pieces and eaten with herbs and shrimp paste.
What it took.
The other half is cooked with turmeric and bamboo shoots. We've already used 2 halves, but one dish still remains. I want Andrew to see what it is first.
Boom. And rat dinner. We have almost everything. There's one more dish we're waiting for. Do you have any ideas?
No.
Take a look.
Oh, God, bro.
Do you know what that is, Andrew?
Oh, it's blood, right?
In Vietnamese, it's called Diep Gan.
Tiết means blood and gan is soup.
Let's pour some wine. I think we're gonna need it.
Thank you.
Cheers to eating a rat. Good. I feel like a different person, a less aware person. So, cheers, man.
Rat.
Really chewy.
If I didn't have the visuals of it, I'm not sure I'd have a problem.
And the likely danger to your health.
I'm cool with it.
Well, meanwhile, the flavor, it does have a bit of iron in there, but the blood's not that strong because they've mixed it with so many fresh herbs. It's very aromatic. Do you know anyone who's ever gotten sick from eating raw blood like that?
Không sao is the magic word.
For everything?
Yeah.
All right, so that happened. Next is this one. Okay, so we put it in a leaf, put it in a little bit of shrimp paste. Dip harder. I don't know, that's a pretty aggressive dip. I think I went over the top.
Man, it's hard to taste anything. Mam tom and the betel nut, they're just such rich flavors.
Right, Mam tom smells like athlete's foot. It's like rotten organic matter. Chase it with some booze. The skin is so thick.
And this has been pressure cooked for hours.
I'm trying to think of something relatable to compare it to. The rat that I had in Nigeria. So people who have had the Nigerian rat, you would know that this one's kind of similar to that. Wow.
Come on, Brian, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try one that's just meat. Dark meat vibes, like a chicken thigh, but more fat and even more like dense. Pretty good.
Rat. I could eat that. It's definitely a lot better than the blood.
There we go. Here we have a rat hot pot full of what? French fries?
No, it's related to the name of the...
Oh, bamboo shoots.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun and exciting.
I like the theme.
I'm gonna get a little bit of broth and a little bit of these bamboo shoots. I like that. That seems healthy and vegan.
There's a foot, there's a head.
There's a head?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. This is the head split in half vertically.
Right.
Oh, I'll take that.
Okay, I'm pretending that's here.
Thank you. Wow, this one is the side of a head. Oh my God. I just pulled the tooth out. This tooth has chewed through kilometers of bamboo.
Okay, it's still alive.
I'm gonna eat a little bit of this face skin. Is that a nostril? Jeepers.
Yeah.
Chewy, very chewy.
Very chewy, but a better chewy because it's warm.
Well, I think you're right. It's easier to bite through, but that sort of gelatiny rat skin is not really the flavor that I was hoping for.
Oh, what were you hoping for?
Well, I mean, I preferred the more jerky-like, rubberized rat skin, and that's the one I would like.
Even you grew up in this region, and you've never seen this before.
Yes, I'm so surprised because this dish is really hard to find here.
Hey, should we have more of this alcohol? The more we drink, the more I'm liking this whole experience. Listen. I've lived in Vietnam for 3 years. I thought I'd seen everything. And something special happens when a pandemic sweeps the globe and you have no choice but to make more content in your own backyard. Suddenly, you start finding things that you never knew were there.
A couple of hours ago, I didn't even know this creature existed.
Somehow, our production team has scoured the entire country, finding the most unique food, and they have really done their job this time.
I'm a little bit more apprehensive now for the remainder of this trip, that is for sure.
I have a feeling this is just the beginning.
Oh God.
That's why the smile is on my
Hoi An is a treasure, a gem tucked away inside Southeast Asia. Those who experience it will never forget. Only the slow passing of time will tell us what the future holds for this place and the people of this tourist getaway. But folks here are resourceful. They're survivors. Whatever this pandemic throws at them, they'll take in stride. And when the time is right, they'll swing the doors open, inviting guests from all around the world once more. Today we're leaving central Vietnam's coastline, ocean, and beaches, and heading into the unfamiliar Central Highlands.
It's pretty cool that there's still unspoiled country.
Dotting these picturesque mountains, dozens of this country's indigenous ethnic groups. Diverse tribes who have been here for generations, all with their own culture.
Oh boy.
Customs, and food.
Oh, what'd you put in there?
Andrew and I are on a food-inspired mission, breaking away from the tourist spots and going off the eaten path.
Is that a house?
That's the shed.
How do you get up there to live?
But first, breakfast. Want to find great food in Vietnam? Look for vendors with only one item on the menu. There, you'll find years of singular focus on a single broth, a single recipe, honing it in, bringing it to perfection. This restaurant has been doing that for 30 years, perfecting their iconic,
Cao Lao.
Cao Lao.
Cao Lao.
This is sort of like the quintessential noodle dish of Hoi An. We've had the other one, Mi Wang, and these are sort of the two dishes Vietnamese people would think of first when they think of Hoi-Anese food.
This local classic starts with bold, thick rice noodles, then greens and slices of char siu pork. All that gets soaked in their homemade soy-based sauce. Before serving, a spoon of chili oil and crunchy bits.
Let's try it out.
Let's go. Oh, I like that. The pork, just like fried pork fat.
I love how Vietnamese food is always on two levels. The actual taste, but texture is always taken into consideration.
Yeah.
If it's something that's just mushy or without a crunch, they're gonna add something to it.
Yeah, there's a few textures going on here. I like even the bean sprout, that nice little fresh burst.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We're getting out of Hoi An today. It's a whole new level to this trip, except I don't really exactly know what we're doing, but... Oh wait, we got another card.
Oh no.
Thank you. Why does she always have a scowl? Her face looks like she's in pain just working with me. So, it says, good morning, gentlemen. So far, your epic motorcycle journey has included hardly any motorcycling. That changes today. From Vietnam's central coastline, you'll be moving inland to its beautiful mountains. Here, you'll become acquainted with some of Vietnam's 54 ethnic minority groups. Also, whatever your definition of normal food is, change it. What's that mean?
Leaving one of Southeast Asia's most sought-after beaches, a coastline seen by millions each year. Due to the current block on outside tourists, this is a beach we could have all to ourselves. But no, we've got Vietnam's East Sea in our rear view as we follow a new path to the mountains, trading comfort and tranquil predictability for the unknown. Some call it adventure. For some, driving a motorcycle can be relaxing. Driving a motorcycle in Vietnam is not. It's an exercise in constant and unwavering focus. An abundance of obstacles threaten your existence around every turn. Dogs, trucks, rocks, and on and on. After an hour, you'll feel like you just wrapped the math section of the SAT. Your brain needs fuel. So Vietnam also has these. Rest stops, done their way, equipped with hammocks and refreshments. Squeeze juice from the sugar cane.
That is refreshing after some motorcycling. It is very hot.
It is cooking, man.
We seem comfortable. It's not comfortable at all.
No, this is a small respite in amongst hours of pain.
We're not even halfway to Kontum. Me said you need to change your idea of what's normal food. That's after you ate the rat.
Oh, how do you get any worse than that?
I bet that was the peak. I'm guessing from here, it's gonna be noodles, local vegetables.
I wonder what they have in Kontum.
I think it's gonna be fine, dude. Don't worry.
All right.
All right, we should go.
This part of our journey follows the famous Ho Chi Minh Trail, a chain of roads and bridges that were built to transport soldiers and equipment to fight the Southern Vietnamese and Americans during the Vietnam War decades before. These days, it's a mix of clean, smooth highways and local trails from long ago. Whether they're safe or not is up to us to find out.
Is this?
What? Is there another way?
The map says that way.
This thing looks rickety as hell, man.
This looks very old.
Right.
Don't. This is holding up the entire bridge. Why is it shaking so much?
I don't know. It's just for, dramatic effect, right? We've only got a little
This is what is holding us up right now. Stop.
Hey, try jumping.
That was a big jump.
Right.
Okay, I think it's good. We just got to be quick.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Ah! Yes! Yes! All right!
Producer Me's coordinates have led us here, to this rubber tree forest. Rubber trees are only found in tropical regions, and Vietnam is the third biggest producer in the world. This particular forest belongs to Mr. Phum and his family.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Xin chào.
Sẵn sàng anh chào anh.
Vietnam has so many different ethnic minorities. Part of the reason we're on this trip is to learn more about the different cultures. So your family is part of which minority?
We are from the Jing local.
The Ye Jing people, an ethnic group of about 60,000. They're native to this area, but they also inhabit parts of Laos and Cambodia. They have their own unique language, culture, and of course, food.
Mời ăn dùng bữa cơm. Let's eat the breakfast today.
This tribe welcomes their guests with a traditional sticky rice preparation, cooked in bamboo, with a special dip made from basil, salt, and chilies.
There's not enough sticky rice in Vietnam. I know. It takes on some of the flavor of the bamboo a little bit, a little woody. And this is just a fireball of flavor. I mean, it's spicy, super salty, and then there's just tons of like intensely fragrant herbs on there.
On the side, steamed bamboo shoots.
I'll also put that in there. Oh, that's awesome. Today, we're here to kind of learn more about how you live and definitely about how you eat. And I want to know, what is the plan today? Do you know what we're going to be eating for dinner?
Today we are going to go fishing and trap porcupine.
I'm sorry, trap?
Trap, yes, trap a porcupine.
Porcupine.
A porcupine.
When we trap the porcupine, what will we do with it? Is it like a catch and release program?
Then we are go fishing.
Oh, then we go fishing.
Oh,
see?
That's a relief.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say eat it.
Thank God, man.
So we don't eat it. Do we eat it?
Yes.
Oh, we eat it. I thought we just went fishing and then went home.
It feels inevitable.
We're going to eat a porcupine. Okay, here's what I think. You go fishing.
Okay.
I'll figure out the other part. Yeah, but you have to get fish. Because if you don't get any fish, then we only have porcupine.
No problem. So I've been split up from Sunny, who apparently has to go hunting porcupine, which sounds dangerous, so I'm much more happy to be here fishing, which I quite frankly love. Previously, I've fished a lot in Australia, but on an ocean with big boats and rods, and I can't imagine this is going to be anything like this. But let's give it a try.
While Andrew is away doing his thing, I'm right here getting ready to learn how to trap a porcupine. I took 11 years of Boy Scouts and we never covered porcupine trapping. Also, I was never in the Boy Scouts. Right now, my man is behind me. He's trying to scope out the perfect spot to set up a trap. All right, let's see how it works.
Step one, I need to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to try and just watch and mimic. Bây giờ, bắt cá như sao?
Là quần cá, quần chài.
Dan xem. Có không?
Không có cá.
So there's no fish there, but I'm going to watch him one more time and then I'm going to try give it a go.
So right here, he's kind of dug a pit, and then now he's going to put this bamboo stake into the ground. From here, he puts a branch around, and he puts two ends of the branch into the ground. It's basically going to be like a giant mouse trap. Do they have any cheese? How long do you think we need to wait? 30 minutes? 35 minutes?
About 3 or 4 days we have animal.
Can he try to speed it up to like 20 minutes?
I'm going to give it a try. So I'm looping this around my arm. Now I pick up with the fingers. Oh God, he's not that impressed. I'm really wishing that I was paying more attention to the action. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Oh man, maybe I've got one this time. Let's see.
Right now, I'm about 30 feet from the trap. I just want to witness the moment something goes in there. Okay, that was nothing. That was just acting. Oh, shit. I know right now Andrew is catching a bunch of fish, and I can't come back without an animal. That would be a failure. I'm not gonna let Andrew beat me. Unfortunately, Andrew can fish harder, but I can't wait harder. I just have to wait.
Guys, I'm pretty disappointed. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And now a meal of just porcupine awaits me.
We have finally arrived at Yip Nhai Mok village. Preparations for a feast have begun, but do we have anything to feast on, Andrew?
Bro, I've got some bad news. Dude, I fished my ass off.
So you have no fish?
Nothing, man.
What about the backup fish?
Backup fish.
You didn't use the backup fish?
There's a backup fish?
Yeah, we never catch fish on this show. We just have a backup fish.
Oh, man. That would have been way easier.
So you didn't get a real fish or a fake fish?
No. That's right. At least we've got the trapping. How did the porcupine trapping go?
The trapping?
Right.
Let me show you. Bring it in. Right here, my man, we have one porcupine that has been trapped.
That is insane.
It's kind of tragic because it's a beautiful creature. It's got to be 20, 25 pounds, right?
I feel legit bad, bro.
I feel bad too, but what can we do? This is what they do here. This is dinner.
Porcupine meat, although celebrated in this community, is consumed pretty rarely. Last time Mr. Phum and his wife had it was 5 years ago, so Andrew and I are especially lucky to get a taste today.
Wow, guys, this looks amazing. Can you translate a little bit?
Anh nói là thấy đẹp lắm.
Thấy đẹp lắm. Let's take a look at the spread here. We have a little bit of all the farm animals and some from the wild. Chicken. Oh, this is the fish you caught. Is that right, Andrew?
I mean, đây là cá ăn bắt. Đúng rồi. Ăn bắt. Đúng rồi.
He's like, yeah, whatever you say, man.
Yeah.
And then this is the porcupine I helped capture by waiting. Yeah. And do you know where people always start?
No.
The booze.
Booze in this village comes in the form of straw wine. The idea is to mix a sense of community with a sense of getting ripped out of your mind. All those who imbibe must share. The purple color comes from the use of purple sticky rice in making the alcohol.
That's surprisingly pretty good.
It's really sweet.
Yeah, very sweet, like a cough syrup.
Right.
Our first porcupine dish is the most straightforward, porcupine barbecue.
Oh, he just
that's
gave
very
it to
nice.
you.
Yeah.
He dipped it for you. Cheers. What the F? That's pretty dang good.
Sensational, man.
It's so porky. It's got some nice fat on it, a lot of protein. It just feels like a piece of steak almost. You guys know how to grill.
Mời anh thưởng thức món dạ cày.
This is a dish called fake dog meat because it's cooked exactly the way one would cook real dog, but instead of dog, we've got porcupine. Make sense?
That's hilarious. Right. But it's fine because it's not really a dog. It's
just a porcupine.
Yeah, it's just a porcupine.
Hacked up sections of meat and bones are paired with lemongrass, ginger, pepper, MSG, salt, shrimp paste, sugar, honey, and fermented rice.
It's stewed. You can taste some lemongrass and herb, but this meat is also quite delicious.
This is the kind of cultural food I can get behind.
Even the intestines?
Our final dish, porcupine intestine soup. Chopped organs, heart, liver, and intestines boiled together until their juices flow as one. The gastric acids of the intestines contribute a deeply bitter flavor, much like pure bile.
Let's try it.
Let's go.
Oh,
that's bitter.
We just got to the drinking food segment. My God, that's different from what I expected. I'm gonna grab an intestine chunk. Wow.
That's where the porcupine stops being good. At least the liver had some texture to it. This was just gooey. The kind of inside bit that hadn't cooked quite as much yet just gushed out. That was something different, that's for sure.
I want you to drink some of this broth with me. So let's cheers and drink some of that.
Why are we doing this?
All right, here we go. Oh, dude.
That's a really strong flavor.
That is level 10 bitterness. Yeah. Oh my God.
And cooked it. Đồ ăn này không? Yeah, he likes it.
Please. Okay, so he's gonna take a bite.
Oh, he's just wolfing it down. Loving it.
Yes.
Oh man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Whew. Wow. Guys, thank you so much for your hospitality, for inviting us into your home, and allowing us to share this real delicacy that you haven't had for years and years. It was amazing. I just wanted to say, come on. Come on. The best part about Vietnam, everyone who comes here, they spend all their time in Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, like the developed places. But when you're on a bike, there's so many places here that they just can't develop.
It's pretty cool that there's still unspoiled country. Definitely. You're doing the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and it still has that.
We should go. Yeah, we should definitely go. Yeah, let's go.
is flyover country, often overlooked or skipped in favor of more convenient, well-known tourist hotspots.
It's the bits in between, right?
But if you dig deep, if you scratch beneath the surface, you'll happen upon discoveries that make the long journey worth it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're leaving Kon Tum and heading even deeper into Vietnam's Central Highlands.
Is this a new country? Where am I now?
While Andrew and I await our exact coordinates and mission details, breakfast. This pho restaurant is a favorite among locals. It's been around for more than 30 years, but they aren't selling your typical pho. This is dry pho. I know, I was confused too.
Dry pho?
This unique offering is made by deconstructing the traditional pho we all know so well, separating noodles and broth.
Looks very thin. The most thin? It's the most thin pho noodle I've ever seen in my life. Right. And then herbs and then some other fun stuff. God! What? How do you live here without just being stressed out all the time?
No one else seems to care. This place is packed. This pho is that good.
Here, the dry pho starts with blanched pho noodles, minced pork, fried scallions, onions, and coriander. In a separate bowl, some serious beef, brisket, balls, and tendon. Top that with green scallions. And finally, the broth of the gods.
So here we've got hoisin, got chili sauce and soy sauce mixed together. To me, pho, basically how it is right. Good. But the Vietnamese way is to take the elements out of the soup and dip it into a sauce. Very salty.
Yeah, I think I need to mix that with some noodles.
Grab some dry noodles.
That's pretty good. I've always been a fan of pho for breakfast. Today I'm feeling a little bit like complete shit. And this is like my go-to hangover cure.
This will heal your soul. Oh, the tendon in here is fantastic.
I never used to like it, now I crave it. It's the best bit of pho, the best.
Don't let me go, nah, nah, nah.
We are deep inland right now, and we're headed south. Eventually, we're gonna end up in Nha Trang. Where we end up in the middle, I'm not sure yet. But, oh no, another card. She's circling around. Let's see what she has planned for us today. You are officially deep in Vietnam's Central Highlands. Here, a patchwork of ethnic minority influence, along with specific geographic and climate conditions, are a recipe for some of the most unique food in Vietnam, some of which you will not only be eating, but also catching today.
Oh my God, the kwame again.
Oh, and then it says bugs.
I don't like bugs.
Here's my experience with bugs. The more you do it, the more you just kind of get used to it. It's like beer. Did you like your first beer?
No, that's right. Beer used to taste like ass.
Right, and bugs are like that. It's not a big deal. All right, let's finish up this pho, and maybe another bowl of it too, and then let's hit the road.
Okay.
Central Vietnam's highlands, some of the most overlooked beauty in the country. The journey to get here is long and arduous and 100% worth it. Beautiful is an understatement, like a page ripped from a fairy tale. Tea fields that go on endlessly. An elevation that creates the perfect environment to grow coffee beans. Oh, and the volcanoes.
I heard somewhere around here there's an old volcano.
A what?
Yeah, well, it's not active anymore, but there's a volcano somewhere. Let's ask. Oh, Xin Chao, could you come over here?
Xin Chao.
Xin Chao. Do you know how to say that is a magnificent mustache?
No.
No? Hey, your mustache? Good. Yeah. Anyways, we heard there's a volcano somewhere around here. Do you know how to say volcano? Do you know fire?
Think lúa.
And then mountain.
Núi.
Núi.
Núi có lúa.
Oh, that's it. Mother of God, come on. All right. Let's check out the volcano.
This volcano hasn't been active for millions of years. Local farmers have taken advantage of its rich volcanic soil, transforming this once explosive hell pit into a patchwork of gardens for crops, growing taro, sweet potatoes, and flowers.
After almost killing ourselves coming up here, we have made it, and my God, it was worth it.
Yeah, this is surreal, man. We're in an effing volcano.
We're at the edge of Yalai province. The name comes from those who have inhabited this land for thousands of years. The Jarai people are one of the largest ethnic groups in this country, 500,000 strong, mostly in central Vietnam and nearby Cambodia.
So the gentleman we talked to already, he's Jarai, and then the place we're getting lunch next, we're gonna eat some Jarai food.
I'm kind of psyched, this is fun.
Yeah, this is a great start. Today's all about the Jarai people and culture, and their volcano too. I don't know if it's theirs, but I'm gonna say it is.
If only I was breath, my love, our bodies taken from the dust.
Out here, life moves at a different pace. There are still traffic jams, but they're usually caused by herds of cattle instead of motorbikes or cars. It's hard to explain and probably impossible to measure, but people seem happier here. And honestly, I can see why. Welcome to Bazan Restaurant. Bazan means red soil, the rich, fertile ground that's omnipresent in these mountains. This is one of the few places that serves traditional Jarai dishes under the command of Mr.
His name is Kasar Cook.
Now, is it a coincidence that his name is Cook and he happens to be a cook?
Yeah.
Our guide as we delve deeper into Jarai food and culture, area local and Jarai member, Koya.
Part of our mission while we're going through central Vietnam is to discover the different ethnic minorities here and see what makes them unique. Can you think of anything that separates the Jarai people, especially when it comes to the cuisine?
The unique point is that Jarai people don't use lots of ingredients, but based on the flavors of the main food.
So I've noticed right here, you have a squirrel. How does one come upon a squirrel?
The rural people are hunting and then give it to peasant restaurant.
Have you had squirrel before?
No, this is the first time I saw a squirrel.
And there it is, right in front of you. Is it looking at you?
Yeah, he's looking at me.
Okay.
Today's squirrel will be cooked in a banana leaf.
It's hard to believe the big fluffy tail comes out of that tiny little ratty tail.
First, hack it into bite-sized pieces.
Oh, there's like a half a head.
That gets mixed with bitter gourd, salt, MSG, coriander, chilies, and water.
So we've got 4 different dishes. First, bile beef.
Oh no, we did the bile yesterday. That shit was the worst.
That was porcupine bile. Wow, cow bile is very different.
These beef slices are grilled over hot coals. Half of it is drenched in a deep, bitter bile with a touch of coriander. The other half has the bile on the side.
All right, let's try it out. Okay, cheers.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, a hint of bile.
You don't need much. There's nothing like the bitterness of bile. It's intensely strong.
Next, goat.
Our next dish, sliced goat meat steamed inside bamboo along with salt, MSG, coriander, chilies, garlic, oil, and lemongrass.
Cheers.
It's kind of like a bit more mild pork, but then you get the chewiness from the skin.
Yummy. Here, this is kind of what we're building up to. Squirrel. I don't think I've ever had squirrel before. And here it's kind of gift wrapped for me, like they knew it was a special day. So, open it up. Wow, it's all right there. A squirrel mixed with bitter tomato? What happened to this tomato? What made it so bitter?
It's like really bitter eggplant.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab some of this meat. Oh, nice smoky flavor, fatty meat.
It's kind of like a turkey.
Yeah, definitely dark meat. That's pretty good.
And there's no,
Oh, what happened?
Is that the bile?
Yeah.
That's awesome. You were trying to cover up the squirrel taste and then you just put bile on it. That's great.
Man.
When we were talking to the chef a little bit earlier, he seemed like he got a little emotional. Why do you think he had that reaction?
In Pleiku City, there's not very much foreigners. So when he saw his team which have foreigners, and this team is document food, this make him proud. Yeah.
To learn more about real Jarai cuisine, we're heading even deeper into the mountains to the town of Ayunpa. home to Mr. Mo'ai, a man fighting to preserve Jarai culture. This guy can catch and eat pretty much anything. He makes Bear Grylls look like a glamping enthusiast. Today, he'll teach us the art of the hunt.
My man, first of all, thank you for having us here at your beautiful home. I see you're doing a little bit of cooking right now.
Mr. Mo'ai is a bit of a Jarai Renaissance man. Just behind where we're sitting now, his backyard has everything one would need to survive the apocalypse.
When the pandemic came, you must have been like, this is what I've been waiting for.
A garden, chickens, goats, it's all there.
Today, we're on a mission to try some very unique Jarai food. Already we've been to a traditional Jarai restaurant where we tried squirrel. Have you ever had squirrel? Now his mom just brings out 2 squirrels they had in their fridge. Wow, so that answers that question. But today, we have a whole different food mission. My understanding is that we're gonna actually be going out to catch some kind of food ourselves.
The outstanding point today is the kind of sauce made from ant, yellow ant.
Oh, made from yellow ants?
Yeah.
Sauce?
Yeah, sauce.
How do you make a sauce from ants?
A blender?
Ant salt is a common staple of Jarai cuisine.
It can go with everything.
Actually, Mr. Mo'ai is selling ant salt as a little bit of a side hustle. He gets his ants at the nearby waterfall.
We just saw him on a cliff catching ants, and I didn't want you to try it there because there's something that you may not know that I do know. Dude, these ants fucking bite. So I didn't want you on that cliff getting bit 100 times, being disoriented and then falling off. Here, no cliff. We've come to another tree. There's an ant nest.
These ants build their colonies in trees. Each colony of these weaver ants has multiple nests. The nests are made of leaves, stitched together using silk produced by ant larvae. Oh, and if you come too close to them, they will bite the out of you.
Bắt cô kim yourself.
Em sẽ là người lên.
Okay, okay.
Và anh sẽ người hứng.
So, he's gonna cut it down. I'm gonna catch it in this.
Đừng để nó bò lên.
Don't let him climb up the basket.
Đặt hai bên.
Keep hitting it on either side.
Và nó tự động nó chết.
They're gonna die in the bottom of the basket.
From head trauma?
They die from the acid or something. I don't know.
All right, well, time to do the ant thing.
Okay, bắt đầu.
Okay, he's going up the tree right now.
Yeah.
He's headed towards the nest.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get this basket ready. I can see it. Oh, da.
Oh,
no.
Oh, that was easy.
No. Okay. Oh my God.
So now they're in there. That was easy.
Ready. Oh my fucking God. Fuck, man. Oh, take the fucking nest out.
Oh.
One is biting my arm. I can feel it.
Where is it? Where is it? I'll get it up here.
Okay, get it. I'm there.
Where is it?
I'm there.
Oh,
There.
oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't want it to get me though.
My neck.
Oh, good.
Thank you, bro. Oh.
Oh yeah, they're falling off the tree
Oh my
onto
God.
us.
Oh, that's why. Oh, my wrist.
Are they?
Mother of God.
Oh, it hit me.
Oh, my wrist, bro.
Oh, it's so
my
pretty.
fucking wrist.
You have so much wrist
They're so
there.
good at climbing this fucking thing. Oh.
Don't drop the basket. That's our
Bro,
food.
I can see the fucking like eggs or some shit in
There's
there.
eggs. There's ants. Wow, dude, we're gonna eat good tonight. Look at that. That's a ton of eggs.
I'm
a ton
telling
of
you,
ants.
This better be the best damn ant sauce in the fucking world.
The first ingredient for our jungle feast is in hand. These ants will be turned into a delicious ant dip, adding a burst of flavor to our other dishes. The dip starts with chilies and salt, smashed together in a mortar. Then the ants and their eggs.
And out! Okay, so right here, guys, we have a big container full of June bugs, but these are like super June bugs. Now, I know Andrew is not a huge fan of any kind of bugs, especially considering he just got bit about 1,000 times. Oh, my wrist! Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. Pull up real close to him.
Alrighty.
We have our next food here, another bug. I'm curious, what do you call these in your country, Andrew?
Man, get the out of here. Oh, dude, that looks fucking gross. Oh, mother of fucking God. Look at his head pulsating.
Now, do you know why those are huge? Those are the queens.
Oh, my fucking God, bro. I don't want to hear queen. I don't know why it makes it sound so much worse.
To prepare these scarab beetles for cooking, we need to remove their wings and legs.
Oh, man, I feel so fucking bad.
All the little tough bits that are hard to chew get tossed.
If you do this as a child, they say you'll grow up to be a serial killer. Here, it's just part of the recipe.
Oh, man.
We just repeat that process about 100 more times.
When these bugs are ready, it's time to hit the hot oil.
My man, this looks incredible. We have quite the smorgasbord here. We have, of course, the June bugs that we help prepare, Andrew. Next, we have lizards and then the ants. And it's actually like a little bit of a war scene in here. Because you see a bunch of ants that are still alive trying to grab eggs, but they don't even know where to take them. Anyways, grab a little bit of ants and a little bit of eggs.
We're just gonna eat a whole lot of it?
Yeah, just throw it in.
That's really sour.
Exactly. It's almost like a cross between a green apple and a lime.
Yeah, that's a good flavor.
Right.
Our second dish, lizards, caught by our dinner host and cooked the Jirai way. Simply roasted over hot charcoal, waiting to be paired with a bit of seasoning.
I'm gonna just bust off half a tail here. And then I'm gonna get a little bit of seasoning here. Now this seasoning is ant-free. Roll it up. All right, cheers. Whoa.
Oh man.
Oh, that sauce. I put too much in there. That's intense. It's like citrus and aromatics and then fresh spice.
It is a bit weird. You just munch right through the bones of the lizard.
But that's a good way to eat a lizard.
When I use my witchcraft.
We tried some ants, we tried some lizard. Here we have similar dip, but they've added the ants in. And of course, that is gonna accompany these big old June bugs right here. Cheers. Wow, that seasoning is awesome. It's just so fresh.
Way more mild than I was expecting.
Yeah.
It's relatively good.
I have a great surprise for you. The queen, remember? You like the word queen. We're gonna eat that next.
Rip it in half?
It has egg inside.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Great.
Get out of here. That is the least appetizing thing I've ever seen.
Enough beating around the bush. It's just 1,000 bug eggs. Cheers.
That's 100 times worse.
Got a little bit of a gush.
I can't believe that's the same bug. I think there's a little bit of wing left on that or something. Oh man.
Can you translate and say, he said he enjoyed it very much? He feels honored to have had this experience. The only thing he's sad about is he wishes there were more huge bugs that he could eat. Andrew, I saved you there, all right? You almost offended this man.
Oh, thank you, Sonny.
To be completely honest, I think these kind of bugs aren't that bad. When I've had him in the past, I just had him alone. So here, he's really dressing it up. It tastes great.
But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots.
I think what I'm starting to learn during this trip is that it would be easy for a traveler to come to Vietnam, experience a lot of mainstream cuisine, and assume like that is Vietnam. But when you go places like this, you realize even within this country, there is so much diversity. And this cuisine is unlike cuisine from any other region. So thank you for carrying on the tradition and kind of like holding a torch for your people that shows what's special and unique about your food and your people and your culture. Can you try to translate any of that?
The spectrum of human culture and tradition is unfathomable.
That's crazy.
That's wild, isn't it?
That is nuts.
Yes, there are over 190 countries. But each country has pockets of ethnic groups and cultures that fight to keep their traditions alive. Fighting to not be swallowed up by the mainstream that flows all around them. The Jirai aren't a collection of far-out jungle recipes. They're one of the many unique ethnic groups that add to Vietnam's incredible diversity. Now we're leaving the modest mountain town of Ayunpa, heading southward to a remote village most outsiders have never even heard of.
There's a river in front of us.
Have you ever crossed a river before?
Usually I'll use a bridge.
What's the worst thing that could happen? Let's do it.
It looks pretty deep. It looks like a moving river. These are heavy. These are big.
This is the home of the Ede people, one of Vietnam's 54 ethnic minority groups. Here, they've maintained food customs that have never been documented before.
The most special dish is made from small intestines.
What are we doing with the small intestine?
You have to wait to know more about it later.
Andrew and I are on a mission, immersing ourselves in an unknown culture in a place where time stands still. There's just one problem. We gotta split up and take on any farm duties they give us, no matter how hard. But before the adventure begins, we need a little rocket fuel.
Another beautiful morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
I'm feeling great. We are really deep into this mission right now. We're starting today with some local street food, a classic of this area. Do you know what it is in Vietnamese?
I'm told this is bun mam cua.
Bun is vermicelli. Mam is like rotten
Well,
shrimp
yeah, mam
paste.
tom is shrimp paste, and this cua is crab, so I'm assuming this is like fermented crab paste.
Woof. Listen, the fermented part was no secret. After this, we will not need a cup of coffee. We're going to be pretty jacked up just from taking a sniff. Is that how you smell food? Let's get some bun. I got some bamboo shoots. Now, is this going to be like Swiss cheese or something that's kind of smelly and then you eat it and you just love it?
I doubt it.
Straight. I doubt it. Interesting. Kind of gentle. It does still have a slight rotten quality to it.
Yeah, it's got that fermented aftertaste, that pungent kick behind it.
Like a funky cheese.
Yeah, like a funky cheese.
Get a little bit of egg, a little bit of noodle.
This is pretty good.
I'm delighted and surprised.
Yeah, things are looking up.
Things are looking up. Today's
pretty
going to be a good day.
Yeah.
Producer me, what do you think? I don't like these cards. They never are like, hey, good news. I didn't spend as much money as I thought I would.
No.
Gentlemen, your journey into Vietnam's enchanting Central Highlands continues. This is the place where pockets of once isolated tribes have only been connected for the past few decades. Today, you will join Vietnam's largest minority group, the Ede people. In their village, you'll assist them in preparing an incredible feast. All right. There is, however, one catch. One of your jobs will be easy, and one of your jobs will kind of suck. You choose who does what.
Well,
I think it's pretty obvious, yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, I had to carry the fish on the beach, so it's your turn.
Carry them? There!
Oh
my god! Dude, I was attacked by ants. Swarms of ants. They were running off my legs, that itchy feeling. Oh my god, they're climbing again. Dude, have you stopped this at all?
You had to gather ants. You see how many kgs, how many pounds of fish I had to carry from the beach? You think I forgot about that? Don't you guys have ox? I got a tan line on my forehead. It's all white under my bandana. It looks ridiculous. I can't take it off.
Are you kidding me? I was
in the sun.
Everywhere. Okay, look, you think I should have to do the sucky job, and I think you should have to do the sucky job. There's only one way we can settle this.
Right now we are on an old abandoned airfield.
Right, this abandoned airfield was previously known as the Chel Rail Air Base.
This spot, now dilapidated and unrecognizable as anything significant, used to be an important U.S. airbase in the Central Highlands during the Vietnam War.
It was manned by the South Vietnamese and the U.S. Armed Forces from roughly 59 to 75.
The area around Chel Rail Air Base was home to hundreds of Highlanders with traditions dating back many centuries. This includes the Ede people, who we'll meet soon. But first, in order of business.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
We are going to race 150 meters down to the end. Producer Me will be our flag lady. When she puts her hands down, the race begins, and the winner will get to choose their task at the next location.
There are several walls of bricks, and most dangerous of all, large, steaming cow pies.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
My only choice here is to win. There is no telling what evil plan Producer Me has concocted, but whatever it is, I know the task is much better suited to Andrew and not me. The finish line is in front of me. Breathe, focus, I can do this.
Oh, yes! Oh, he is way behind me!
Oh, no! No, I stepped up the start!
Yeah! Oh, no. Oh, where do I go? Oh, where's the hole? Oh, no, it's over here.
Oh, I think I lost him!
No!
Shoot up the barrier!
No, he pulled ahead! Come on!
Yes, I lost him!
Come on! Oh, this wall is gonna kill me!
Yes! No! Oh, I've done it! Oh, one!
Dude!
Victory!
Oh my God!
In your face, Sunnyside! No shitty toss for me!
Good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you so much for having us here today. Quite an honor. This is a welcoming meal for us.
Right.
I had a dream that you were mine.
Can you tell us what we have here?
One is eggplant soup.
Over the line.
The other one, we call it grilled stockfish.
On my darkest day.
Fantastic. Ăn cờ đói không?
Không đói.
Can you pretend for the camera?
We've made it to a small, isolated village, home of the Ede people. This is Mr. E. Bai Kubar, the patriarch to a family of 12. Today, we're going to help him prepare a once-in-a-lifetime feast. But first, a generous, welcoming meal.
Can I just grab a bite of this fish? The texture of this, it's like a fish jerky almost. Let's try it out.
It's intensely salty, man.
Oh, very salty.
It's kind of like anchovies, to be honest.
The texture is kind of leathery and hard, but not too dry. I like it. I'm gonna get some fish, some rice, put it all together. I ate a whole chili on accident. A little spicy.
A lot of chicken.
Maybe a lot.
Be careful because a lot of chilies already put in that bowl.
Oh, in this too?
Yeah.
This soup is almost like a stew. Wow, it's so fragrant.
And I was expecting a much more neutral taste. That's right. It's very spicy.
A little salty, a little bitter. You're doing great. You're not hungry, but you're doing a good job eating. Did you grow up in this village?
Anh là người...
Joining us, Duan, a young local who carries Ede blood from his mother. Today, Duan is a bridge between us and the locals here.
So he's grown up from this village.
How many people are in this village?
1.200.
It's about 1,200 people.
You know, it's a beautiful village. It feels like I'm in a Vietnamese fairy tale. Picture us houses, blue skies, green everywhere, animals, and then just very kind, curious people.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the customs or traditions of the Ede people that separate them from other places in Vietnam?
Bản sắc của đồng bào dân tộc thiểu số trong này á, thì
The Ede are the 12th most populous of the 54 ethnic groups in Vietnam, totaling about 330,000, mostly living in the central highland region. Their houses are on stilts, shaped like a long boat. Some stretch the length of a football field. Whenever a woman living in the house gets married, they add another section to the house, a house that she runs in this matriarchal society.
The men happy to be that because they can stand behind and support for the woman.
How does it actually work?
Every children have to take the family name of the mother. For any very important issue of a family, the mother give a decision. And when the girl ready to get married, the family girls have to go to the boy house to ask for marriage.
What do you do as a man if you're not getting any knocks on your door?
trước hết mình phải đi tán gái. Vừa nói chuyện với cái kiểu cái đó là không thể nói được.
It turns out the men earn their keep too, but when it comes to making big decisions, best to defer to the ladies. However, when it comes to making food, it seems like everyone pitches in. I like that. I think I like that. Let's see what they have in mind for Andrew and me.
Quick order of business. We just did a race. I got second place, which is pretty good. You got destroyed.
In your face, Sunnyside!
I'm told there are 2 tasks we have to do today, and the person who got first place will decide what task he wants to do. But can you guys tell us what the tasks are we have to do today?
Đầu việc đầu tiên, tức là mình đi hái.
First, we have to go to the river or swamp and take all the elephant ears, pans, that's the ingredients for today's dishes.
Yeah, I can do that.
What do you mean you can do that?
The second task seems more creepy. It's more adventurous because you have to take out an organs of the cow. It's called small intestines.
What are we doing with the small intestine?
We will try to take the liquid inside to cook the dish.
Andrew, this is a tough one. Which task do you want to do? Do you want to do the cow?
No, I'm going to do the river thing.
The river?
It's like a plant. How bad can it be? I'm sure it's not taking the small intestine out of a cow.
Presumably the cow will not be alive at that point.
I don't think that makes it much better.
Well, Andrew, I'm trying to make the most of this, okay?
Ede people are mainly an agricultural society, raising cattle and living off the land. So slaughtering one of their own herd is a serious sacrifice, and a tradition only reserved for special occasions. Fortunately, some resources are more readily available and abundant, like the recessed pools of swamp water that are home to this area's taro roots.
We are here in some kind of jungle forest. It looks like we're going to be gathering some of these water herbs. I imagine we're going to be climbing right into this swamp.
When it comes to dispatching the cattle, every culture approaches animal slaughter in their own way. Here, one swift blow to the head, and it's over.
Oh, this one is huge. Is that all right?
No.
No? Oh, maybe that's too low. Maybe I chose the shittier task.
Không cần sâu quá.
Oh man, that broke off really easy. Okay, Al. Okay. I'm gonna try get a few more of these.
I could easily skip over the details that painfully remind viewers that our meat comes from animals. But in this village, the food processing starts from this very point.
Cái cây vàng nó vứt đi.
Oh, get rid of the rotten leaf.
The Ede make a quick incision in the neck.
There's one more golden leaf. All right.
Which they immediately plug with a bundle of herbs. This I have never seen before.
Is this okay? Okay, cut this one off. She doesn't like it.
The idea is to keep the blood inside. We'll find out why later.
Cây này nữa này.
Can I, huh? Okay. I know that the women in the Ede tribe kind of call the shots, but I wasn't expecting this. You know, they really are quite bossy.
Dry grass bunched around the animal serves as fuel for a short-lived fire.
I don't want to be doing this alone. And black guy, I need help. This is my first time doing this.
Then they remove the fur.
Không, em không xuống đâu.
And begin the butchering.
Help me. Come on.
The men work with ease, performing what it seems like they've done 100 times before.
Lam ơn.
Okay.
But everything grinds to a halt when I get involved.
Oh, you, Andrew. All these grass-eating farm animals have huge bellies because they have to digest an incredible amount of grass every day. So I feel like it's going to explode at any second. Skin removed. This membrane here is what holds all the intestines in. He's going to cut through it, but he's got to be careful to not actually cut through the intestines.
Life is full of surprises, especially when you have an evil producer who you allow to control your show.
This might be too hot for YouTube.
Meanwhile, Andrew is somewhere chilling in a cool, clean jungle oasis.
Oh man, I've got to admit, this is not that fun. I just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Can you show me one time?
Không có lấy sát gốc. Đây, lấy ở đây thôi.
Right, I see.
Rồi,
Okay.
bỏ cái lá đi.
Ah, we didn't even need the leaves the whole time. And can we put it in the basket? Okay.
Bây giờ anh lấy.
Okay, alright. She wants me to do it. Oh, this one, the big one. We always want the big ones. All right, look, we've got enough, I've been told. This has been great. I've really enjoyed my time. And I definitely chose the right task. I mean...
Now you will take this intestine over here.
Oh boy.
All of them.
Oh God, it is so warm. I'm scared to rip it. Oh, there's so much. It's not gonna break? What about this?
When struggling with any task, all you can do is commit.
Now we will tear the intestine.
So is that the part we want?
Yeah.
They're actually gonna be using part of the liquid from inside the intestine to cook our meal today. So we've kind of cut one side of the intestine.
Now we make the opposite side.
Action brings results. I did the task more slowly,
oh my God,
inefficiently, and less competently than any local. But I got it done nonetheless. The accomplished feeling of victory sends a surge of dopamine up my spine. It feels good.
Fantastic. That's really great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as good as it can feel given the scenario. Cooking is underway. The fire is lit, rice is being pounded, plants are being peeled. The meat is chopped and prepped for a beef bonanza. Stir-fried beef with cassava leaves, beef blood salad, grilled sun-dried beef, and then this, a beef soup cooked with the taro stems Andrew collected earlier. The stock is made with beef bones, green papaya, bamboo shoots, and taro stems, all boiling in water. The mixture is seasoned with a smashed mix of onions, green chilies, and salt. Finally, to thicken up the soup, they add a mixture of pounded rice and herbs. Now the star of today's feast, and the whole reason I was elbow deep in a cow. They call it vekball.
All the preparation for the cow is underway right now. We're back here to the small intestines. Let's take a quick look. Looks super fresh.
Already in the pot, cow skin, cow bones, meat, and ribs.
So she put in the chilies and a bunch of minced onions, and right now she's putting in some lemongrass. That's MSG.
Yes.
Salt?
Salt.
And then some herbs. This looks like sawtooth coriander.
Now we go with the small intestine.
Oh, so now we're gonna take all that juice out?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh gosh, it looks like stomach acid. I mean, it's like split pea soup color green.
She will add the mucus inside.
What is the purpose of adding the mucus inside of here?
Cái này là tạo cái mùi thơm ngon.
The mucus is like the most important ingredient of this dish. It's make the dish fragrant. Yep.
Wow, that is out there. My gosh.
They mix it well, then bring it to a boil for 40 minutes. That's it. Then it's time to eat.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having us. I am very impressed. Never have I seen a village come together to disassemble, process, and prepare a cow in a very large variety of ways. I mean, take a look.
It looks beautiful.
How was your day, Andrew?
Yeah, pretty good. I liked it. Oh man, I've got to admit, this is not that fun. And you? Was it right?
Yeah, it was fine. I just had to handle the intestines. You'll try it pretty soon. We have a lot of meat dishes to try. The one we should start with, our appetizer, I think is the grilled meat. Oh, I cannot wait to drink after this. I got some dip on here. I'm gonna try it out. It's so unique, the texture, huh?
Yeah, it's like halfway between a jerky and grilled piece of steak.
Right.
It's definitely more chewy, but yeah, it's great, man.
Now, why do you put it in the sun before you grill it?
The heat from the sun make the beef taste better.
Oh, it's so spicy always. Is the alcohol ready? Oh, dude, that was epic. What?
Hơi bị ít.
Little sweet, a bit unrefined. I feel happier already. Andrew earlier today was picking some plants. It's a kind of a stew, almost like a split pea stew, where it's become like a sludge.
This is a risotto.
Let's try it out. That's fantastic.
Kind of potatoey.
Yeah.
That is good. It's just like potato and beef stew.
Yeah, it's got a little game to it, but it's offset by the wonderful just savoriness, some pepper in there, and whatever they've done with all the extra herbs.
That's really nice, man.
We tried your food.
Right.
Let's try the one I helped with, huh?
Let's do it.
It's right here.
In the Ede culture of the past, this dish was eaten only by the rich and privileged.
Get some broth there for you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
These days, the beloved delicacy makes a more frequent appearance in meals.
Andrew, take a sniff.
And if they like it, I'll like it too. Right?
Now let's drink some broth. Ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Whoa! That was pretty decent. I'm very impressed. That blows me away. Let me eat some of this meat.
It's nowhere near as bitter as wild. Maybe it's a bit more balanced.
I am enamored with this. Let me tell you, we put something in here that was bitter. I thought it was going to be overwhelmingly bitter, like the deep kind of bitterness that makes you shudder to your bones.
The kind of thing we experienced with the porcupine bite. Oh man.
What'd you put in there? It's so bitter. It's like just the right amount of that bitter ingredient. So it's in there, it's part of the flavor, but it's so dynamic. It's also savory, and it's got some other seasonings in there to balance it out.
Yeah, I'd eat this, for sure.
Do you know what we put in here? Juice.
Wow.